Welcome to the Vantage Fit Corporate Wellness Podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Vantage Fit, the all-in-one AI-powered corporate wellness platform developed by Vantage Circle.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Vantage Fit Corporate Wellness Podcast. Today we are going to talk about making your Ghar Ka Khana, which is home food, more healthy. I am your host Parishmita and I am very much looking forward to an interesting and fun session with Dr. Umesh Wadhavani, a corporate wellness coach and nutritionist. He has coached many through their journeys and helped them understand how food plays a vital role in their day-to-day lives. So he is here with us to tell us what's on his plate and what should be on ours. So hi and welcome to our show, Dr. Umesh.
Hi, Parishmita. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Awesome.
So let's begin with the first question, which is also a very formal question. But tell us about your journey and what motivates you to become a nutritionist.
My journey has been काफी interesting in a way that I always say this, I'm a doctor, but I don't practice medicine. And I'm a nutritionist who doesn't give out diet plans. And then a lot of people then ask me that why the hell are you the way you are? And because in 2009 when I graduated, became a doctor, I never wanted to be a doctor. It was a typical Indian family pressure that you have to be a doctor, and I wanted to sell clothes for some reason at that time. But then when I finished my medicine, when I was towards the end of it, I thought health cannot be limited to just medicines and pills. And I wanted to do something more. I wanted to help people with their health issues, but I wanted to do without medicine. But मुझे पता नहीं था. I didn't know how. So in the pursuit of that, I went to the UK to do my master's. So I did my master's in healthcare management. Then I started working as a manager for this psychotherapy clinic back in Oxford. Okay. Now, when I was working there, that clinic was very unique because they used to treat all the mental health conditions without the use of medicine.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, this is aligning with what I want to do. But then I worked as a manager, and while working there, I learned a lot about how the mental health works and how different kind of therapies can help our physical as well as mental health. So they used to use psychotherapy, talking therapy, nutrition, fitness, yoga, meditation, Reiki, Tai Chi, and so many other modalities to help people. So I was always into fitness because I had watched Kamine movie of Shahid Kapoor, if you remember. And I really liked this body in that. Like, that was the last film that I watched before going to the UK. And I was like, I'll go to UK and I'll work out and I'll make six-pack abs like him and all that. So I was always looking after my fitness and going to gym and eating right and all. So my boss in 2013, she was like, Umesh, you are doing amazing with the management, but I don't think this is something that you enjoy. Do you want to do something that you enjoy, which we all see that you are working out and you are eating? Our clients need your help. So why don't you get certified in that and start working with our clients on the nutrition and fitness front? And I was like, that's amazing. So 2014 they sponsored, actually. They were like, okay, you go study. So I did my diploma in fitness and nutrition. And that's how my whole journey of helping people with nutrition and fitness started because of Shahid Kapoor and Kamine.
So an accidental nutritionist.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you have mentioned about this thing, mental health. So I think I have skipped this question, but I'm eager to know this connection between mental health and diet.
Sure. I mean, it's a topic in itself. I do 1 hour, 90 minutes ka workshop on that particular topic. But just to give you a brief, I look at our bodies as a machine, not in a derogatory way. In fact, our bodies are the most adaptive machines on this planet. Every machine, be it a car, be it a computer, they have taken inspiration from our bodies for the design purpose. And if you were to compare our bodies with a let's say a computer or a mobile phone, each mobile or a computer has a software and a hardware, right? So the software will not function properly if the hardware is not working right, or Absolutely. If you have poor quality of hardware. And if your hardware is an amazing quality, but the software is not right, then the hardware is of no use. So all the physical aspects of our body, they are like hardware, and the mental aspect or the emotions are like softwares, and they both are connected to each other. Now, whatever we eat, that comes under the nutrition, right? Whatever we eat, they make our hardware. So if your hardware is not right, your software is not going to function properly. Am I making sense there?
Yeah, obviously.
So I have this raw material theory, and I'll just give you one example of it. So there is this hormone called serotonin.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Yeah. So serotonin is a hormone that manages our mental well-being, sleep, sex life, and memory. Okay. Now, if you don't eat the food items which are responsible for the production of serotonin, your serotonin production is going to struggle. And if your serotonin is not being produced well, your well-being, sex life, memory, and sleep are going to struggle. Do you see the connection? So whenever we have mental health issues, we always think it is because I have gone through a breakup, or someone has gone through a divorce, or someone has lost their job, or something has to go bad in their life. No, it's not necessary. Like Akash Ambani, I don't think he would have any financial issues, but I'm sure or for example, Deepika Padukone, she has come out and talked about her depression and all that, right? So it's not always about the external factors. It could be something internal as well, and nutrition plays a big part. Big part. What you eat, what you don't, it matters a lot for your physical and mental health.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So coming to the next question, what is the significance of Ghar Ka Khana in today's time? So is Ghar Ka Khana becoming an outdated concept with the coming generations today? What do you think about it?
Well, the problem is now, Parismita, that there are two groups of people in India. One group is, you must have heard this concept as well, that okay, I to eat only Ghar Ka Khana, I don't eat outside, and the assumption comes with it that if I eat Ghar Ka Khana, I'm eating healthy, and if I'm eating Bahar Ka Khana, it is unhealthy. That's the assumption behind it. Okay. Now, with that assumption, the problem is we think if I'm eating out, I can't eat healthy at all. And if I'm eating at home, I'm always safe. Okay. That's where the whole problem lies, because the principles of nutrition will make your food healthy or unhealthy, not the location where you eat.
Okay.
So, you could be eating out every day and still be healthy. And most of us who are eating Ghar Ka Khana on a regular basis, and still India is a capital of diabetes across the world.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is something which we are missing, right? So Ghar Ka Khana concept is not being lost. Ghar Ka Khana concept is being stronger and stronger. But the problem with that thing is that we are not ready to understand the fact that Ghar Ka Khana is not necessarily right for us. And this is what this, I think, conversation is about, that you don't have to leave your Ghar Ka Khana, but it's not 100% okay for you. So you need to still make some changes to make it perfect.
Okay.
Whenever I, do an initial consultation with my clients about their nutrition and making any changes in their life, their main concern is that मुझे ये diet वाला खाना कब तक खाना पड़ेगा? When can I go back to my Ghar Ka Khana? है ना? So how about we merge it in a way by making tiny changes in your Ghar Ka Khana, so that you don't even feel like you're doing a diet, and there won't be any question of going back to Ghar Ka Khana because you are eating your Ghar Ka Khana.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's the principle that I am currently working on. So importance of Ghar Ka Khana is, Parishmita, so much because in India, in a country like India, nutrition, diet coaching, fitness coaching, hiring a personal trainer, hiring a nutritionist is still a luxury. Okay. Even if you are earning good, like let's say your salary is around 2 lakh a month. Okay. Even after that, paying for a nutritionist like 5,000, 7,000 a month, it's a luxury. Not everyone prioritize that because there is no immediate gain in that. You looking after your nutrition has a long-term gain. There is no immediate gain in that. So people would think twice or thrice, okay, do I have to spend that much amount of money? So telling people to eat a fancy food or hire a nutritionist, it is difficult in a country like India. So we need to educate them that okay, Ghar Ka Khana is not entirely right for you, but you can still make it healthier, and it's very easy to do that, and that's what we'll be talking about this session.
Yeah, so you are saying that people are actually confused about the thing ki they are eating outside, they are eating inside the house, or whatever they're eating. I think there's a misconfusion about the food intake, what are they taking, what are they eating, right? Because I have seen many people doing intermittent fasting, okay? So what they do is they come to office, they have they ordered something, and then they go back and they have it Ghar Ka Khana. But you can see the change, right? I can see, oh, they are slimming down, or they are becoming healthier. But they are consuming outside food, right? So I think it's a balance, what you're eating.
Yeah, so. Thank you so much for using that word balance. Okay, so let me ask you a question. What do you mean when you say a balanced food or balanced diet? What is your perception about balanced diet?
Okay. Usually when I'm eating eating outside for 2-3 days, so what I do is next day I go back to my home and I try to have meals. Like in Northeast, we usually have boiled food, right? Boiled dal, boiled sabji, and the famous mashed potato with dhania and everything. So nice. I balance my diet with that and some pieces of lemon and chili. So it's a kind of a balanced diet for me. So that is my concept.
Okay, that is your concept. Okay, do you think it's the right concept, or is the textbook concept, or you're not sure?
I'm not sure about it.
Okay, I'll ask you. I know you are asking. You should be asking me questions, but I'll ask you one more. Okay, and I think this question is for all of the listeners of this session. Okay, because this will make you think. This will make you rethink a lot of concepts. Okay. What do you think is healthy and unhealthy when it comes to food? Give me a few examples of healthy food and unhealthy food.
So, according to me, healthy food is something which have less oil, masalas and everything, but which is more nutritious, it contains everything. Having fruits, balanced. And unhealthy is like fast food or packet food, packet drink. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's the concept. Yeah.
Awesome. See, this is a very common perception, which is okay to have that as well. But there is another layer to it. Okay. So, for example, junk food. Give me an example of a junk food.
Noodles.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Noodles. Hakka noodles with some Manchurian in it. Okay. Let's think of that. Okay. What if you are only consuming that once a month? Is it still unhealthy for you?
No, then it becomes healthy for me because I have consumed only once.
Awesome. Amazing. And give me an example of a healthy food.
Okay. Oats.
Oats. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Oats.
Yeah, oats or Kellogg's Special K with yogurt and, chia seeds and everything. A healthy breakfast. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So we'll stick to oats. Okay. So let's say you are having oats, but only once a month. Is it still healthy for you?
I don't think so. Then it becomes healthy, right? Because I have just consumed oats for once.
So the message that I want everyone to take away from here is there is not. It's really bad practice to associate good or bad or healthy or unhealthy with specific food items.
Okay.
And the reason being, something being healthy or unhealthy will depend upon so many factors.
Okay.
Like the frequency, then the quantity of it, how much, because we all, on the basis of our age, sex, height, weight, and our physical goals, we need different quantity of different food items. Okay. So for example, let's say you need 50 grams of oats per meal. Okay. But if you are having 100 and 150 grams of oats every day, it's not healthy for you, however healthy that food is. So it depends upon on frequency, quality, quantity, as well as the way you cook it. I always give this example of paneer and besan and oil. Okay. So ghee is a really healthy source of fat. Paneer is a really good source of protein. And besan is really good source of carbs and proteins. Okay. Now, in individual, they are amazing. But if you were to make a batter of besan and dip your paneer and make deep fry pakode out of it, it's not.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not associating healthy or unhealthy with pakode. If you are eating pakode once every month or once every 2 weeks, it's not bad for you. But if you are having it every other day with alcohol, then it's going to. So we are not associating anything good or bad or healthy or unhealthy with a particular food item. What is healthy or what is unhealthy is your lifestyle.
Okay.
And this is what I want everyone to take away from this, because there will be so many social media influencers and coaches. They will make reels and the title or the thumbnail will say, this is the healthiest food or this is the protein rich item or something. It doesn't work that way. If you are consuming that healthiest thing only once out of a blue moon and the rest of the meals are all over the place, then it is not going to help you.
So basically, what would you suggest or what will you say about the health and wellness benefits of Ghar Ka Khana after having this conversation? Yeah.
Okay. Health and wellness benefits of Ghar Ka Khana. I think before that, we need to understand what are the problems with our Ghar Ka Khana. So typical Indian household, I'll give you some examples, and you do add more dishes in that if I am missing out on something. So typical Indian breakfast or a routine is like you wake up, you drink some lukewarm water, then you finish your morning business, then you have a cup of tea or coffee, and then you have your breakfast. And in breakfast, it's classic upma, poha, dosa, paratha, roti or something like that. And then around 11-12ish, if you are feeling hungry, you'll have a fruit or some sort of namkeen. And then between 12 and 2, you'll have your lunch, which is dal, chawal, sabzi, roti mostly. And then evening, again, you feel snacky and have a cup of tea or some sort of namkeen or something. And then in the evening, there are two groups of people. Some people say, okay, we'll eat something light. So they will make some sort of snacky item, which is again carbohydrate heavy. Or they will repeat what they had in lunch. If in lunch they had roti, they will have rice at night. Or if they had rice in lunch, they will have roti at night. And this is the routine. Okay, this is what our major routine is. Now, this is all Ghar Ka Khana. Occasionally, a couple of times a week, we will order something from outside or we will go out and eat. And even when we go out and eat, we have only a few, like we will either have South Indian something, or we'll go to some Royal Nawab or something to have some biryani, or we'll eat some Chinese, or if you have kids in your house, you'll go to pizza and burger and have some chips and everything. If you notice in this, there is a pattern. The pattern is all these items, including in our Ghar Ka Khana, they are carbohydrate rich. Okay. And I have this observation, I made this observation since I've come back to India, that we all are in a toxic relationship with carbohydrates.
Okay.
You know, there is this, we all have been in different relationships, right? And I don't want to trigger anyone's relationship memories from this. But you know, we have been in that toxic relationship where we know that person is not right for me. And we are spending a lot of time with that person, and we are not spending enough time with our friends and family members, and we are not focusing on our career, and it is affecting our life in general. But still, we are like, nay, I love this person a lot. And I'm not asking you to break up. I'm saying have a conversation, sit down and say the things are not working out and do something about it. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we are so obsessed with carbohydrates that we don't consume the other groups. Okay. Do you know what are the other groups of food items? So carbohydrates we spoke. What makes our meal complete?
Carbohydrates, protein.
Okay. So basically our food items or our meals or our nutrition is made of six components. Okay. Carbs, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water.
Okay.
So carbs, proteins, and fats, if you consume these three from different variety of sources, vitamins and minerals are taken care of. They will come from these three sources itself. Now, the problem is we make our food mainly carb rich and we cook them in fats, which is oil or ghee or butter. The third component, which is your protein, It's not there. So your question about the benefits of health and wellness benefits of our Ghar Ka Khana currently is only and only providing energy to your body, because fats and carbs, they are the major sources of energy for our body. Fats do have some other function, like they lubricate your joints and they make your brain as well. It's essential for your brain functioning. Okay, but your body's structure, from your hair to nail to skin to organs to bones and blood cells and immunity and hormones, everything is made from proteins. Our body is constantly going through wear and tear. The repairing happens because of proteins. So what we are doing is we are just providing the energy, but we are not doing anything for the maintenance. So let's say, what is your favorite car, by the way?
I don't have any specific car, but if I wish to take or if I wish to buy one, that is obviously Lamborghini, because it is stylish.
Lamborghini, right?
Stylish, yes.
Awesome. So let's say if you have Lamborghini and it's running on petrol, okay, would you ever put kerosene in it?
No.
Oh, you won't. Because it's a Lamborghini, right? Also, let's say you are putting petrol whenever Lamborghini runs out of fuel. But every few kilometers, like 1,000 or 5,000 kilometers, you take it for servicing, right? Maintenance and servicing. You look after it. What if you don't?
It will break the cycle, right? Like it won't run. Basically, it won't run here. It will stop.
Yes. So that is what is happening. So when currently our Ghar Ka Khana is only rich in carbohydrates and fats. The second point is we are not using these two in the right way. So the example that I gave you on the petrol and kerosene, what we are trying to do is we are adding carbs and fats, but of a poor quality.
Okay.
And we are not taking our cars to servicing or maintenance. So more than the benefits, there are so many disadvantages, which we need to fix. And I will give you the solution, because I know the last couple of questions are about the solutions. Okay. But people will only understand the solutions part if we recognize where the problem lies. And the problem is we are overloading our systems with carbs and we are creating a huge imbalance. And that is the reason I'll give you these. I don't have specific numbers, but Parishmita, it's just uncanny that how many diabetics are coming out. Before, I used to see diabetics who were 40 plus in their age. Now I am seeing diabetics in their 20s.
Yeah.
The written number on paper is 1 out of 5 Indian women are suffering from PCOS or PCOD.
Yeah.
But the number is bigger than that in reality. Like I think 7 out of 10 of my female clients are PCOD clients. It's a huge number. The reason being, we are not providing our bodies the nutrients that we need. Forget about eating junk. I'm not even concerned about you eating junk or not. We are not even giving the right kind of fuel to our body, and that's where the whole problem is starting.
Absolutely. So yes, I was about to ask this question. Like today's generation is facing many health issues, especially PCOD and PCOS. And I have heard many cases where the boy or the girl is dying because of heart attack or at a very young age, like 20s. So what's your opinion on this? Like, is it because of their lifestyle or mainly because of the food habit?
Yes. I would put lifestyle and major chunk as food. But everything is interconnected. Okay. First, our skulls are literally overflowing with stress. Last 3 years have not been kind to us. Okay. 2019 ended, 2020 started, pandemic hit. A lot of people were planning their careers and they started their businesses. They had started their jobs. Everything just vanished. A lot of people lost their job. They lost their family members. A lot has happened. So because of that, our mental stress and mental issues have already been there, but they became amplified. Now, whenever you are stressed, if you are hungry, what are you going to eat?
Most of the people do this, like pick a snack, a packet of chips.
Yeah. You are not going to reach out to a healthy salad or you are always going to reach out to brownie or a chocolate or a biscuit or a dessert, right? And it's not happening.
It's like in the process, it's like, oh, I'm sad, I should have one pastry. It's like something very normal for the brain to, yeah, let's reach out to a bakery shop because I'm stressed out.
Yeah. And there is a really interesting evolutionary reason behind it. Would you like to know?
Yeah, obviously,
It's really fun.
obviously.
Okay. So there is a reason why when we are upset, when we are sad, we reach out to things which are relatively unhealthy, sugary things that we just named. Okay. The reason being, evolutionary human beings, they only want two things: food and sex. Legit two things. And there is a reason again. Sex because we want to keep our species alive on the earth, and food so that we can live and recreate and procreate to have sex and keep our species alive on the earth. These are the only two things we need. So whenever we are intimate with our partners or when we are eating food, there is this chemical in our brain which is called dopamine that gets released and that makes us feel amazing. Okay. Now, whenever you are sad, what is the easiest way to reach out to? You can't find a partner to have sex all the time. So the other thing is food.
Yeah.
Now, your brain logically will secrete more dopamine if you were to give more calories and more quicker. So all the sugary foods are flooded with calories and they release calories so quick that your brain loves it. So whenever we are stressed or upset, your brain is feeling discomfort and your brain knows if I was to eat a chocolate or a pastry, too many calories, too quick, and I'll love it. And that is the reason why we'll reach out to. Although we know it's unhealthy for us, it's going to send us in a guilt cycle and all that. But for that temporary relief, we will always reach out there.
Yeah, I think it is something physiological, right?
Yes, it's a physiological thing. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, it has a lot to do with our lifestyle, and there are multiple factors to it. Because of stress, we are eating unhealthy. Then we are reaching out to so many other things to make us feel comfortable. Pornography or gambling or masturbation or smoking marijuana or smoking cigarettes or alcohol. All of these things serve the same purpose: to give yourself temporary relief and distract you from reality. What are we doing? Like, we are constantly scrolling on social media, watching reels or shorts or TikTok or whatever. Why? Because each time you see a different video, your brain releases dopamine.
It is chemicals, yes, of course.
It's all chemicals, right? So everything that accumulates, it's a khichdi of everything, which is leading to the lifestyle conditions like PCOD, PCOS, or heart conditions.
So, Dr. Umesh, would you like to suggest some tips to our listeners on how to make Ghar Ka Khana healthy, and especially for employees? They don't have much time. So, can you suggest something?
So, the suggestions would be in two halves. First will be the understanding of fact that everything will need convenience. So, I can give you all the tips and I can, in fact, write you a diet plan. But if that diet plan is not convenient for you, you're not going to follow it consistently. You will follow it for 1 week or 10 days and then you'll like, yeah, this is too much and I don't want to do it. So whatever suggestions I'll give you in the second half, I want you to try making it so convenient for you so that you don't feel like you're following a diet or something. For example, carbs, proteins, fats. Carbs and fats are already there. You need to add proteins in your diet, right? So you have to buy all the sources that I'm mentioning and put them in the kitchen. So your brain knows that, okay, I have chana or I have paneer or I have soy chunks or I have eggs in the kitchen. And Umesh has said that, okay, baki ka khana is okay. I just need to add a protein source. I'll make eggs today, or I'll make soy chunks today, or I'll make some paneer today. Okay. But if you don't have eggs in the kitchen, and if your brain knows that, your brain is not going to go out in the store and buy a pack of eggs and come home and cook eggs.
Obviously.
It's too much load for your brain. Too much. Okay. What I want you to do is make things convenient for you. In the same way, let's say if you are at work and around 11, 12ish, we all have energy dips and we want to eat something. Around 3 o'clock as well, we want to snack something because energy levels drop. At that time, you will go to the office cafeteria and see whatever is available in the cafeteria. And office cafeteria always have something sugary because sugar will give you quick energy burst. So it will be chocolate, biscuits, brownies, or packets of tiny packets of something and all that, right? If you don't want to have that, carry a box of nuts, makhana, or peanuts, or chana, or something which is a healthier option. Carry it with you. You can't complain my cafeteria doesn't have healthy options. No. If you want to make this thing, you have to make things convenient for you. Every morning before leaving the house, make something healthy and carry it with you. So whenever you feel snacky, the snack is right in front of you on your desk. Okay. So the first suggestion will be make things convenient. What are you going to make things convenient as? One, add proteins to your meals. Wherever you eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, make sure check in whether there is a protein in your meal or not. It will have multiple benefits. One, you are adding the macro, which is missing in your meals. Two, you will not overeat at all. If there is no protein in your meal, you are likely to eat more. For example, if I was to give you a packet of chips, okay, you will finish the chips, and if I was to offer you another one, you'll be like, I'm okay. Your tummy will be like, yeah, fine. But if I was to give you a handful of almonds, I don't think you would need another round.
Yeah.
Because almonds are rich in protein and fats, and their satiety level is so much, they will fill you up. Right? So this is what I want you to do. A lot of people miss out on water when they are busy in work. And how much water do you drink, by the way, every day?
I keep it to at least, 2 liters.
2 liters? Okay. Nice. Do you see any challenges while keeping or staying hydrated?
I don't find any challenges because I know I have to keep myself hydrated because, there are issues which girls really have, and which is very much common in the workplace. I have seen many of my colleagues having the same infection issues, right? UTI issues and everything. So for that reason, I have to stay hydrated.
Yep. The second point is we need to stay hydrated, and for that, I think same at workplace, you have to make things convenient. If your water cooler is like 25 steps away, and if there is no bottle of water in front of you, you are not going to go and drink your water, even if you feel thirsty, because we are lazy as human beings. Okay. So always keep a bottle of water right in front of you. That will make your life easier. And third suggestion, which is given because a lot of doctors and in the movies and people have talked about, is don't eat fried food, don't eat sugary food, don't eat junk food. And I always say this: we don't live on Himalayas, and it's completely impossible for us to not eat or avoid, right? Yeah. So, but what you can do is you can thoda sa manage it, because all these food items, they don't have much of nutritional value. They are only made to satisfy half an inch on your tongue. That's about it.
Okay.
So let's say a pizza or a burger, it tastes amazing. And that taste part is only for the half an inch of tongue. Like once you swallow that food, that's done. Like you're not enjoying that anymore, right? The taste part is done. Okay. So at the same, so I'm saying, okay, completely cherish that, but you don't have to open a supermarket or a pizza store at home. There are people who go to grocery shoppings and they'll buy huge packets of Maggi and big packets of cookies and pizza doughs and burger patties and everything, and they keep it at home in the freezers. I don't think it's a wise thing to do, because you will go through ups and downs throughout your week, and whenever you feel like upset or sad, again because of the same reason, if your brain knows कि kitchen में pizza dough पड़ा है या brownie या बड़ा सा Maggi का packet है, so you are always going to reach out to that. So the tip here is, don't bulk buy things. Don't keep your kitchen filled with all the things which are relatively not beneficial for your health. But whenever you feel like eating, let's say on every Sunday, keep your cheat day, and every Sunday order something from outside. You don't have to stock everything up at home. And if you understand that, and if you start implementing, you have no idea how much money you will save and how much health you will improve. It's just amazing. So these are the three things which I would recommend everyone to make their Ghar Ka Khana healthy. One, add proteins. And I'm not sure how will we communicate this, but I have a whole list of all the protein sources, vegetarian and non-vegetarian. So if anyone wants that list, I don't know how we will communicate that. We can leave a link thing in the podcast itself, right? Where they can download it. Okay, but I'm only going to give that link to you all if you download that, print that sheet, and paste it on your fridges in the kitchen. Because that list in your email, again, are lazy human behavior. You are not going to open your emails and check that list. And if it is in the kitchen right in front of you, you will make sure that you are adding proteins to it. That's one. Stay hydrated. Try cleaning your grocery list. You don't have to buy all the junk food at home. And yeah, that's that.
So what will be wise to do? Like unstock the fridge and drawers filled with snacks and chocolates?
Yeah, once a week. Like you, and again, I'm not saying you don't eat it, because they are lovely. They are amazing in taste. So decide a day or two every week and then cherish. Go out and eat. Yeah. It will give you a different experience. Don't just rely on Zomato and Swiggy. I always say that uninstall Zomato and Swiggy from your phones. You don't need them.
So, like talking about this, like when you scroll the Instagram feed, you'll see their tempting videos of keeping snacks in the drawers, how they, arrange those snacks, late night snacks. So I think these are also the things that tempt people more to consume, foods which are unhealthy. It's like keeping the most unhealthiest or the unsafe thing under your bed or in your drawer.
Yep.
So I think these things are also responsible, like how we perceive or what we eat, how we perceive things.
Yeah. So we are surrounded with everything that is designed to make us unhealthy. It's a very tough time, I'm telling you. Everything is designed to make us unhealthy. Even the screens that we are using, even the social media that this podcast will go on. Okay. Everything has pros and cons and good sides and the bad sides. It's up to us to make that decision that how I want to manage this machine, what I want to achieve out of this machine. This machine that we all have, it can make you as rich or as popular as Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, or it can throw you into a rabbit hole or a black hole where no one would even recognize you. You are just living a miserable life, But it's up to you to decide how I want to utilize it and what I want to do about it. Okay. Otherwise, everything in surrounding is just messed up.
Yeah.
I know it's a very sad thing, but hey, world was never an ideal world anyway. So we are trying to make the most out of what we have.
Absolutely right. So, Dr. Umesh, do you think there is a possibility that corporate wellness program can promote your course, be your home nutritionist?
I think they should. The reason being, again, this is my observation of last 3 years in India, and I do a lot of corporate sessions. Whenever I speak with HRs, a lot of HRs or a lot of companies, their mentality is from the older generation of HRs and stuff, that, okay, we need to do something about our employees just to tick a box.
Yeah.
Okay, we did a yoga session a month. We invited a Zumba instructor. Then we invited a nutritionist for a session on diabetes management. And then we invited a doctor and talking about stress management. Now, I speak with a lot of, and by the grace of God or what my personality is, I come across really friendly in my sessions. So after each session that I have with corporates, people reach out to me personally on my WhatsApp or DMs. Okay. And they tell me that, sir, out of 100 people, 80% people are not even listening to the sessions, because it's a requirement for them to attend the session. And it's a requirement for the company to do the session. The speaker is just coming and going without actually providing a value.
Okay.
So what I do is I try to sit down with the HR and tell them the actual practical aspects of it. You conducting, or one corporate conducting a one-off session on diabetes management is not going to manage diabetes for people.
Or to solve the problem.
Yeah, it's not going to solve the problem. But what Be Your Home Nutritionist is it's an extensive program, okay, which is so practical now. Okay, we are not talking about weight loss or weight gain or PCOS or diabetes management. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to teach people nutrition or food as a tool. So if you have a hammer, You can do so many things with that hammer. Or a screwdriver, you can do so many things with the screwdriver. Screwdriver is not just used for one purpose. You can do so many things with it. Or again, the car. Like, if I was to teach you how to drive a car, you can drive a car to the city called weight loss. You can drive the car to the city called weight gain. You can drive the car to the muscle gaining. You can drive the car to PCOS management. It's up to you. Where do you want to use that car? Okay. This is what this program is designed for. I'm teaching nutrition as a life skill, which I strongly believe we should have taught in school.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
What you need to eat, what you shouldn't be eating, it's not something that you should hear from someone else. It's so simple. What we need to do is learn is once, and then you can implement the same knowledge in your grandfather's diabetes, or your mother's blood pressure issue, or your wife's PCOS issue, or your husband's alcohol liver, fatty liver. It's everything is just nutrition as a core. And I think it's a long-term implication on their health and well-being. So yeah, they should.
Absolutely. If not then, but now it's a high time to, talk about what should we eat and what not.
Yeah. And I want to just add one more thing here. Because whenever we think about a lecture or a course or a program, you think about a doctor will come and talk about the biochemistry of nutrition and all. Very few people know, because not everyone has attended. Like, I have done around 300 batches of BYHN and around 5,000 people have attended it. But still, a lot of people have to explore that. The whole session is a story. Yeah. So all the nutrients are different characters. There is a love story going on. There is an interval. There is a cliffhanger. There is a climax. And by the end of the session, you'll be like, okay, did we learn the whole nutrition part just listening to the story? And so, yeah, I mean, if corporates want to explore this, it will be an entertaining session for their team or employees. Yeah.
Very much necessary today, yes?
Yeah, 100%.
So coming to the end of the session and the last question, how will our listeners reach out to you?
There are so many ways. I'm okay with you reaching out to me from WhatsApp to Instagram to LinkedIn to Instagram, Facebook or YouTube, anywhere. But major contacts would be Instagram at dr.umesh.wadhavani. And people can reach out to me on WhatsApp. My number is pretty simple, 85101025. And I like to be in personal touch with my clients. So yeah, that's that. But basically, you can find me everywhere.
So yeah, Dr. Umesh, it was so nice having this conversation with you.
My pleasure.
It was more fun and interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And yeah, I hope this was helpful for all the listeners. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Vantage Fit Corporate Wellness Podcast. Please do subscribe to Vantage Fit Corporate Wellness Podcast on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and our YouTube channel for new episodes.